But on some few final last notes here is that the story is coming along, and that's the basic setup of the story. And there are other like various complicated scenarios and additional characters, supporting characters, good guys and bad guys, who have not yet referred their position to in the story. But I'll just give you a few names of who the bad guys and good guys are. There was also the guy from Fire Emblem, who was the guy with the reddish orange coat from Fire Emblem, Radiant Dawn for the Wii. He's one of the first guys you get. He's got like a sword or something. He's like a sword fighter. I haven't even played the game yet, and I know I've seen his name there, but I forget his name. He's in the story. I wrote it down. There's also a character by the name of what was his name again? He was a character on Babylon 5. What was the name of the character on Babylon 5 again? Oh yeah, Major Ryan. Yeah, Major Ryan from the TV show Babylon 5. If any of you remember that TV show, it was about 10 years ago when it finally ended. And maybe as much as, about 10 years ago, maybe even as much as almost 11 years ago. But it was like a mid to early 90s TV science fiction show called Babylon 5. And there was a character in one of the episodes called Major Ryan. I believe he came out in one of the more popular episodes of Babylon 5. He's in it. The queen from Naruto, I forget what her name was. She was a queen that came out on the Naruto movie. She's mentioned in the story too. There's also going to be other characters like Eradicate and Heracross and stuff like that, who are also in the Kirby story, helping Kirby as a matter of fact. And I believe it's Lucian and Aaron from Lunar Knights, the DS video game. They're also in the story with Kirby. They come out in the first story. I don't want to say to what capacity these characters will be in yet. A lot of them are mentioned to by name, but eventually they all, like come together. And so that in the story, and especially like in Rebound, things are really going to come together on Rebound. And you're going to get to see a lot of stuff, and you're going to get to find out some things that really didn't have closure in the first Kirby story, but it's also going to give a sense of closure in the first Kirby story, but also it's going to leave it open-ended. And Meta Knight is also kind of a mysterious villain, and he's going to play a much larger role in the story. And I'm just going to give you one little hint about Meta Knight. Okay, Meta Knight has a history with Titania from Fire Emblem 9 and 10. She was a paladin rider with the red braided hair. He has a history with her in the Kirby story. You find out more about it on Rebound. It hints at it in the first story, but it never really mentions it per se. And you'll find out more about it. All I can say as far as that's concerned is think about the scenario of Anakin Skywalker on episode 3. And there goes my telephone too, but I'll let the answering machine get it. And think of also the scenario that you hear about when you listen to this song, Hand of Sorrow by Within Temptation, the band. If you can imagine those scenarios, then it's pretty much like what happens to Meta Knight and Titania inside the Kirby story. But I'm not going to tell you much more than that. All I can tell you is that it's similar to that. It's not exactly like that, but it's similar to that. And those are some last, I guess, wrapping thoughts on the story right there, kind of wrapping it up right there. I hope y'all enjoyed this diorama right here of the different characters. And it took a while to make, but it's been fun putting this up every year. It's got the candy cane striped pillars and the snow on the ground and the Christmas trees and the ham on the table. And it looks like, of course, like Proto Man's going to cut the ham. And it's got like a little kitchen set right here of ham or Hamtaro. It's also got a fireplace and a bunch of like little neat stuff like candy canes hanging on the wall on a wreath, and and whatnot, and like these curtains and stuff, which I originally meant them to be actual windows with plastic, but it never really worked. You probably can't tell real good, but there's actually like a carpet here in the kitchen that we made, and we painted it like a design, and you really can't see it with all the characters and furniture. The floor in the kitchen was white, and the floor in the living room, I doubt you'll be able to see it other than next to these gorillas right here. But the floor is actually made out of like wood right here. At least it's supposed to kind of look like wood grain. And yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, like hardwood floors. And it took a while collecting all these characters and stuff. And I think it took more time and money collecting these characters than it actually did designing the house and building the house. It took more supplies and materials, maybe in time, as far as on one single thing, to actually build this house than to, you know, go and find a character at a store or something, or to order a character through a catalog or whatever. You know, it was actually easier doing that. It probably took more money, but the house definitely took more time to set up and stuff. And I don't know if you can tell, but like the chair Rover's sitting on there, I mean, the backrest done broke on it. There ain't no backrest left on it. And I hope y'all be looking forward, everyone who sees this video will be looking forward to the Kirby story next year and stuff like that. And I hope that this video gave a little bit of insight as to what the Kirby story is all about. And I hope everyone will be looking forward to the Kirby story and be able to say, I understand it, I get it a little bit better, because it's basically just a collage of different characters. Because, you know, why can't anybody be in the dreamland? You know, everybody dreams, everybody goes to sleep. What about if somehow you suddenly entered there magically, permanently, and stayed there, and not just your mind, your sleeping mind, but your entire body? You know, cool, neat, you know, something. Well, that's it. I guess I'll be leaving now. I guess y'all can just have one last look around the house. This is a GS night. The producer and designer of many of the Kirby Story videos and Kirby Story, along with my brother TL-97. We've created the Kirby Story together. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope y'all all be looking forward to the Kirby Story when it comes out. Both Rebound of the Cosmics, Backdrop, and Kirby Night of the Old Code. But Night of the Old Code will be out first. Thank y'all all so much for watching. Goodbye. I hope y'all have a good Christmas.